Thank you. Clerk will take the roll.
Commissioner Brassad.
Here.
Commissioner Reinert.
Here.
Commissioner Gamache.
Here.
Commissioner Schulte.
Here.
Commissioner Jepson. Commissioner Meisner.
Here.
And we're all here this morning. Item number 4 is to consider accepting the regular claims paid over $500 and the purchase card claims paid for the periods ending May 17th, 2024 and May 31st, 2024. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved by Commissioner Brassad. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Jepson. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Jepson.
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner.
Aye.
Unanimously. Item number 5 is the approval of minutes from the May 28th, 2024 County Board meeting. Any changes, additions, subtractions?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved by Commissioner Schulte. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Meisner. Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, that passes unanimously. Chair's remarks this morning, I don't really have any. We'll move right down into our committee reports. We're Management Committee report. Commissioner Meisner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Management Committee, we did meet on May 28th at 8:15 here in this building. There were no public comments in person nor via email, but I do accept them. Anyone can email me at mandy.meisner@anokacounty.mn.com. So for our first action item, the Management Committee recommends approving the following personnel transactions. There are 3, A through C there, and I'll just kind of recap a little bit about it. These are restructures, and this is essentially going to Human Services for an eligibility specialist. Caseloads are 25% higher than in 2019. There's also the prediction of an estimate of up to 700 cases of an increase as MnChoice's backlogs are worked. This will be a total of 3 positions. This is budget neutral as these are funded by grants. And I will go ahead and move, I'm sorry, that was A through B. The last one, which is C, is also budget neutral. This is an addition for an eligibility specialist in the Job Training Center. And the good news is just the demand is there, so they are quite busy and need the support. So I will move that A through C.
It's been moved by Commissioner Meisner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Reiner. Any discussion or questions on all 3 of these? Commissioner Reiner.
You know, we've been adding positions this year. Usually we do it once a year, but we've been adding positions throughout the year. But also what staff has been doing with the addition of a lot of these positions is offsetting them with cost by positions that are being paid for and budgeted for but not being filled. So kind of like that practice that if we're going to add people, and we'll pay for them with positions that are not being filled. So kind of in a lot of cases we're adding these positions, but they're budget neutral.
Any other comments? Hearing none? Oh, Commissioner Meisner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, just to kind of flesh out exactly what Commissioner Reinert was talking about. So there's restructuring and shifting. So as each department needs change, as well as to your point, Commissioner Reinert, the vacancies are there. It does remain budget neutral, and they're not necessarily additions of new positions, but they're just a shifting to make sure that the demands are being met within each department. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Jepson.
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
And that passes unanimously. Then we've got management, item 1C. Or that's all part, they're A, B, and C. I'm not.
Yep, that was it for the action items. The rest are informational, but as you guys know, I do like to share with the public. For the informational items, there was discussion about another restructure. This was also in Human Services. There was also for informational purposes, but it actually came before the board already, and this was about an employment agreement with Carrie Morrissey, as she is now newly appointed as the Department Director in Emergency Communications. And lastly, some things that have been new for management in committee in general is we're able to have these presentations, which I think is great because it educates 4 commissioners exactly about the work that the department is doing. And on May 28th, Carly Francis, a senior business systems analysis, did present information related to Anoka County Leadership Dashboard. So that is an internal tool that employees can use, but for us to be able to understand how that breaks that down and then just kind of know the tools that are available for county employees was great information. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Meisner. We'll move down to item B, Intergovernmental and Community Relations Committee Report. Commissioner Reiner.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chair. This report is for the Intergovernmental and Community Relations Committee. Our committee met on May 29th, 24. There was no public comment and all members were present. We do have a couple of action items for you this morning. First one's an easy one. My committee recommends that the county board adopt Resolution 2024 IG-03, and this resolution is accepting donations from patrons. And I guess I'd like to make that motion, but I'd also like to, I guess give some credit for all the people that did donate these dollars. January through March book cart, $1,969.46. Sandra Bergeron and Dean Elstead, $500. Vincent Berg, $25. Elizabeth Morrison, $300. Anoka Women of today, $100. Margaret Hoagland, $2.91. That's kind of an odd one. Emmanuel Witherspoon, $10, and Barbara Hanks in memory of Lynn Kalahar, $30, for a total of $2,937.37.
We have an offer of the resolution. Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, it passes unanimously. Item number 2.
Item number 2. So we've got licensed centers around Anoka County. We have one up in Ramsey, and next item has to do with the lease that we have for that item, and the committee recommends the county board authorize the License and Passport Service Department Director to send a notice of intent to extend the lease with City of Ramsey for the space currently occupied by the Ramsey License Center. Current lease terms are 5 years. We're going to reduce that to 3 years, and then we're also going to reduce costs by the increase going down to a flat 25 cents per square foot per year. Basically, the way this works is we have to have an intent to lease 1 year in advance of the expiration of the lease, and basically that's what this action is.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved by Commissioner Jepson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Been seconded by Commissioner Meisner. Discussion. Hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Jepson.
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner.
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad.
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert.
Aye.
And that passes unanimously. Item number 3.
Item number 3. Okay, this item is having to do with the Property Assessed Clean Energy Program, referred to as PACE. My committee recommends the county board adopt resolution number 2024 IG-04, and this resolution is adopting a special assessment under the Property Assessment Clean Energy Program. Basically, what we are involved with this is we collect the dollars for repayment from the assessment. So these dollars are basically our Anoka County collecting on behalf of the St. Paul Port Authority as a means to repayment of the Vista Prairie, who is getting the dollars to the Port Authority. The amount is $7,100,000. The term is 20 years, and the interest is 8.82%. I hope I explained that correctly.
Karen, does that sound good to you?
Mr. Chair, that is correct. This is a new construction project in St. Francis. All of the improvements that are included in what will be assessed are related to clean energy.
Excellent. Do I have an offer of the resolution?
I'll offer it.
It's been offered by Commissioner Brassad. Do I have don't need a second. Questions, comments? Commissioner Brassad.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I remember when we opted into the PACE program, maybe 10 years ago, 10 years ago, and we didn't think it would be utilized very often. And I think we've been surprised at how often it actually has been utilized.
Mr. Chair, Commissioner, we go in fits and spurts. We may have 3 or 4 back-to-back and then go a year without one. It's been about a year, but this one's a big one, so it kind of makes up for it all.
Yeah, good job.
Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte,
Aye.
Commissioner Jepson,
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye. And that passes unanimously. Item number 4.
Item number 4 is having to do with MICA, that's the Minnesota Inter-County Association. So we've been doing some assessing lately about the organizations that the county belongs to, and this is one that we used to belong to, and now we're considering rejoining again. We are looking at other ones too. They all come with a cost, usually not a small cost. And so we do have a presentation coming up from Greater MSP. I believe it's on the 24th.
25th.
The 25th? Okay. And so what I'd like to do with this one, instead of acting on this one today, like to have that presentation from Greater MSP, and then I'd like to move to postpone this item until July 9th and have a vote on it then, just so then we'll have all the information as far as who we might want to join or who we might not, who we might want to unwind the our membership with. And so I guess I would move to postpone this until July 9th.
And I'll second that. Discussion? Questions? Hearing none, does this need to be a roll call, or can it be just a regular vote? Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, the matter has been postponed to the July 9th meeting. Anything else, Commissioner Reinert, on that?
And then beyond that, we have a couple of informational items. We had a couple of reports from Colleen Hebner for the Library Department. We had a presentation from John Lenars giving us some updates for the License and Passport Department. And that completes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Reinert. We'll move down to item number, Parks Committee report. Commissioner Reinert.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. My committee met on June 4th at the Bunker Hills Activity Center. There was no public comment and all members were present. We do have a couple items before you this morning. First item is my committee recommends to the board to award a contract to Morcron Construction from Fridley, Minnesota for the Bunker Beach facility improvements in the amount of $161,000, $303. Yeah. Smooth.
Yeah.
This is contract C0010-879. I believe the engineer's estimate on this was $190,000. And, we came in at 161. There was one other bidder at 238,000. So I think we're doing pretty well on this. And Jeff, do you have some detail to add to this?
Certainly. Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the board. My name is Jeff Perry, Park Director for Anoka County. Just a quick overview of the project. We will be on the water slide tower complex itself. We'll be repairing the stair landing, frame repairs, some pool deck repairs around the plunge pool, and some of the stair tread repairs. So that's for the slide towers. The adventure pool, which is the zero depth entry kind of toddler pool, we'll be repainting the slides and also doing some miscellaneous plumbing repair work there as well. So some well-needed work at Bunker Beach, and I appreciate your consideration of this item.
Move approval, Mr. Chair.
It's been moved by Commissioner Schulte, and I will second it. Discussion, questions? While we're on the subject of the Bunker Beach, well, I'll let Commissioner Reinert carry that one after, because we opened the bunker on Saturday. Correct. So I see no other questions. It's a roll call vote.
Commissioner Jepson,
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad,
Aye.
Commissioner Reinert,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
And that passes unanimously. Item number 2.
Item number 2, my committee recommends the county board to adopt resolution 2024 PRK 08, accepting a gift from the Centerville Lions Club in the amount of, here my computer's singing at me, in the amount of $500. Apologies. And I just want to thank the Centerville Lions Club. They have a couple of big events every year. One of them this year, or that they weren't able to have this year, was their big ice fishing tournament. And so even though they weren't able to do that, they continue to give us a donation of $500 a year to parks. And I want to thank Tom Wilharber and the rest of the gang in Centerville that belong to the Lions Club for their gift.
Do we have an offer of the resolution?
I'd move to adopt that resolution.
Been offered. Any questions? Again, thanks to the Lions for this donation that they give every year. This is, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Hearing none, approved unanimously. Item number 3.
Item number 3, my committee recommends the county board adopt resolution number 2024 PRK-09, and this is for issuance of hunting permits for the 2024 deer management program. And so what this consists of is various locations in Anoka County. There are a lot of deer. And when I was mayor of Lionel Lakes, in fact, we were oftentimes held the position of having the most deer car accidents in the Twin City metropolitan area. And that wasn't a good place to be. So we actually enacted this for Lionel Lakes back then, and it's a program that's throughout Anoka County and does reduce the amount of deer and car deer accidents. And so that's what this action is for. Jeff, do you have anything to add?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. I would just add some additional goals of the program are to maintain a sustainable, healthy deer herd as well. Our objective is not to eliminate the deer, but it's to manage them at a population index about 15 to 20 deer per square mile, which is healthy for the public. Car-deer collisions, it's healthy for the deer population, and it's also healthy for the natural communities, the forest and the prairie communities as well, because when the population exceeds that index, what happens is there's more car-deer collisions, and there's a negative impact to the native plant communities as well, because the deer essentially overgraze and reduce the diversity in our natural areas as well. So thank you again for your consideration. We've been at this for a number of years. Safety is first and foremost. The parks remain open during the hunts, but we do a good job informing the public, putting signs in the field, training our hunters, having orientations, and I would also like to add that it's a random selection drawing for the hunters. So for any hunters that may be listening today, you can visit AnokaCountyParks.com to get an application, or you can pick an application up at our park headquarters at 550 Bunker Lake Boulevard in Andover. So with that, Mr. Chair, that's a quick overview of the program.
Yeah, I'd like to also add too, because, a lot of times people think, we have these hunters going into the woods and that might be dangerous to the public. And, over the years that this program has been running, there hasn't been one incident.
Correct.
Commissioner Meisner.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I'm fascinated by this program because I'm not a hunter, but I also believe, right, like this is a well-oiled machine. It's a lottery-based as well because it is so popular. So meaning like each hunter will get a chance. I think is it every 3 years?
Correct.
Yeah. So hunters out there, you'll get your chance if you don't do it this year.
And just to remind everybody, we do this at 3 different parks: Bunker Hills, the Rice Creek Chain of Lakes, and the Coon Rapids Dam. Now, some years we haven't done that at the dam, I believe. It just depends on the population.
Correct.
Yeah. So we do the monitoring every winter, although this year we had a little harder time monitoring, so we couldn't really get, because we didn't have enough snow, or any snow. And that's usually where the helicopters have a better time counting how many deer are actually in the park. So we had to use numbers from last year and kind of go from there. And then, so it's all kept confined into those 3 parks. And as Commissioner Reinert indicated, we haven't had any issues in any of the years that we've had this. So we want to keep the parks in great shape. We want to keep deer population in good shape. For that matter, you don't want it to be overrun by too many deer. So this is a good program. And
it's archery only.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Good point, County Attorney, yes. And I think I made I'm offering the resolution. So all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, it's approved.
Okay, well, that completes the action items. Rest are routine and informational, but I do want to, bring some attention to the Park Department receiving a national award at NACPRO. It's for a program that was enacted over in the Bunker Hills Regional Park called TRAX. And this is an interactive trail experience with groundbreaking augmented reality using your smartphone. And basically, you're walking through on the trails, and there's different stations you can stop at and take your phone, and their QR codes, and basically bring up, all kinds of information about, what's going on in the park and different animals and plants and species. And it won a national award. First, Jeff's group won at the state level, and then at the national level, and it deserves some attention and congratulations. So good work.
Thank you.
A couple other things we talked about. We got an update on Chamonix Golf, which continues to do fantastic. There's a new play area being constructed at Wargo Nature Center in Lino Lakes. And also back on May 4th was the 36th annual Kids Fishing Clinic that was held at Coon Rapids Dam Park. And that completes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner. Moving on to item number 8. Consider acknowledging that the county board has received a copy of the proposed City of Centerville's tax increment financing district for the following purposes. A, reviewing the purposed tax increment financing redevelopment district numbers 1 through 8. B, submitting comments on the tax increment financing district to the city in lieu of the traditional 30-day comment period. Do we have anybody here from Centerville, or is it just, okay, brought to us? This does not require us to take any action at all. Are there any questions or any comments from the board on anything that they read and went over? Looks like a plan that's well thought out by the city. So I don't have anything either. Okay.
And there's, like Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Reiner, yes.
Yeah, there is, some controversy about the development that this TIF district is being created for, but I guess that's not our purview. I mean, we're here to basically accommodate the city in their desire to form a TIF district. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Okay. That brings us to the end of the board meeting. Is there anything else to come before the board? Hearing none. The board is, meeting is completed. Thank you, everybody. And
Comment we can't do till 10. Oh. So.
good, we have some time. Okay, we'll be back for public comment. And real good.
And then HRA